And we're live. Welcome to another edition of the Industry Insider Podcast, your promotional products podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. I'm Jeff Franklin, National Accounts Manager with Headwear USA. I'm joined today by three other lovely guests, but before we get to them, I, of course, have to talk to you about our incredible sponsor this week. We are sponsored by none other than the Promo Show. PromoShow.com, guys. They're getting ready to host their third themed trade show, which will be held on August 25th from 11 to 3 Eastern time. It's going to feature products in the drinkware and barware category. Promo Show is a great way for distributors to meet face-to-face, camera to camera, obviously, with our current situation. And so suppliers can talk about their current projects and get ideas for how to sell in the current climate. So distributors go to promoshow.com and click on the drinkware banner to register. Suppliers email sales@PromoCorner.com if you're interested in a booth. Promoshow.com, the entire industry virtually. Now, listen, guys, if you are tuned in live, you've tuned in for a really good one because we have a very special guest this week. I don't know if you can see him down there. Rener Gracie. He is MMA royalty, right? The family comes from the Gracie family. Obviously, a great line of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's where it originated from. So, really excited to have him on. But he's actually also a part of our industry. He's created and developed a phenomenal product. Super excited to talk to you guys about that. And so. Before we go on to Rener and give him a couple minutes to sort of give us our background, I want to first say hello to Stephen McFadden, if he is able. Not sure. It looks like he may be frozen.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, yes, how are you?
Yep, definitely very robotic right now, so you might want to get a little bit closer. Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
All right, top level broadcast today.
Even though I'm on vacation, we're going to make it work.
Fair enough. Meg Erber with S S Activewear. How the hell are you today?
Hey, guys. I am wonderful.
Awesome. So, Rener, if you could, if for anybody that doesn't know you, that's viewing the broadcast or will watch it or tune in later via audio, can you give everybody just a quick background on yourself, sort of where you come from, the family heritage, how you developed Quikflip, and sort of just give us a quick rundown of what's happening right now?
I certainly will. Thanks for having me on, you guys, and congratulations on pulling this show together. It's actually a great thing for the industry that I'm just kind of now stumbling into. And it's been quite a wild ride. So my family, for those who don't know, is responsible for creating Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's very popular right now. My father was actually the co-creator of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC, in 1993. And that's what kind of put our family on the map. We teach Gracie Jiu-Jitsu now all over the world. And that's my day job. So, it's been great. And we teach everyone from bullied kids to Navy SEALs to law enforcement to women's self-defense against sexual assault. I mean, you name it, we teach self-defense across the entire spectrum there. And a few years ago, I was with my son at a neighborhood park here, and I had a hoodie with me. It was actually an independent hoodie that I love the quality of. And I was wearing my independent hoodie, and I took it off because I was getting hot. It was an early morning. I was getting a little toasty in my hoodie, and I was getting kind of sweaty. And I'm like, man, I want to take it off. But I was about to tie it around my waist. And at that moment, I was like, no, I can't do this, though, because I'm a cool dad. So I wouldn't let my hands come together. The hands never united. I went halfway, and then they separated halfway. And so then instead, I threw it over my shoulder, like the one shoulder, they call the wannabe cool guy, where you drape it over one shoulder. And I was walking after my son, and I bent over to pick him up. And when I did, the hoodie slipped off my one shoulder and fell onto the wet grass because it was still like the morning dew. Yeah, that one right there, Jeff, exactly. So very frustrating. It fell off. And at that moment, I was like, man, this is so ridiculous. The fact that because I didn't want to be fanny pack style around my waist, I was too cool. So I put it over my shoulder, and now I'm paying for it because my hoodie fell on the ground and is now wet from the grass. How silly that my desire not to tie it around my waist caused such a frustrating moment in my life. So I scoop my son up. We go home, and this is December 27th, 2016. So I scoop him up, we go home, and we get to the house, and I lock myself in the office, and I bring my hoodie, paper clips, scissors, shoestrings, duct tape, and I go in there, and I start chopping away and cutting holes and tying ropes and putting this and paper clips and duct taping things together. And within 30 minutes, I come out of the office with a hoodie, that very independent hoodie, which was all chopped up now, that converts into a functional backpack. And my family was like, it was holiday time, December 27th. My in-laws were there. They were like, where were you? Number one. Number two, what is that? So I demonstrated, and they're like, that's awesome. And it wasn't awesome because the first prototype, which I actually have, if you guys care to see it at the end of all this, it's a freaking disaster, and it was like really ugly. And I bring it out, but it's functional. It actually converts into a backpack. And 6 months later, 15 prototypes later, we have what is now Quikflip Apparel. And we'll talk about kind of what happened next in those stages. But I think at this point, it is appropriate to do at least one demonstration so our viewers even know what we're talking about. So let me give you guys the brief rundown on the demo here so you guys can even, let me take you into my closet. And let me pan this camera up a little. And if you've never seen Quikflip, you're not going to believe what you're about to see.
Did anybody else know that was
a pull out here? And since we're a promo industry, let me just pull out one of the ones that I have for one of our promo customers. Here's one we did for Waymo. So nicely, look at that. Waymo is one of our customers, and they do these for all their engineers. So check this out. So instead of going fanny pack, right? Unacceptable to me. Or even worse, look, the European Yacht Club, please never get caught like this. I went for the wannabe cool guy, and that's the one that fell off my shoulder. So check this out. You hold it upside down. Don't blink. Look, when you're done with your hoodie, in goes your favorite hoodie. One shake, and out comes your favorite backpack. And, of course, fully brandable on the backpack and the hoodie. So this goes on, and now you can enjoy the rest of your day. The best part is for our classic hero hoodie, you even have the slide and bite technology where you can adjust these little straps right here. And now, if you have to move or get down in a street fight, it's not going to be a problem. So you drop the locks right here. These come down when you're done. Look, and the best part is, you guys, you're wondering, is the backpack actually functional? Yes. You can put your child's jacket, which doesn't convert. Sadly, they have a non-converting jacket that you bought them, your problem. Look, you put it inside your jacket backpack, and then inside here, you even have a hidden pocket for wallet, keys, and cell phone right where the branding window is. So you can store your smaller, easy access items. And then when you're done, let's say it's time to go back to cold weather technology, you take your wallet out, you take your kid's hoodie out, you give it to them, you reach in with one hand. Count to 3, please. Too slow, you guys. Way too slow. We're already back to full hoodie technology. And the crazy part is, people always wonder, do those straps, the backpack straps, how intrusive are they? How uncomfortable are they while you're wearing the garment? Look at this. This is the key to the whole thing. I rarely show people the inside. But look, on the outside, all you have is your standard garment. On the inside, you have this. This is the patent right here. It's an upside down, right? An upside down lining, polyester lining. And inside there rest your backpack straps. So they're never tangling you when you're wearing the garment. This is against your back, and you feel nothing. Perfectly comfortable until, of course, you need it. And then all you do, look, you just reach inside, grab, and pull it through on itself. There is your backpack. In it goes. Megan, you want to do a demo too, or what? Are you trying to do your demo? Watch Megan's now.
Here we go.
Wait, hold up.
Jeff, you got one too?
Yeah, super easy, super quick. We were going to have Steven on, and we were going to race later, but he's kind of on vacation.
Awesome. Everyone's converting. Look at this.
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome.
Mine doesn't
So
have
what happened? After all
the
these hoodies
slide
went
and
out,
bite
we sold the
technology,
first-
though.
We did our test run. We sold the first 5,000 hoodies in 30 days. And then we started getting calls from areas with torrential rains. Check this one out. So we came up with a dry flip rain jacket. So this is waterproof. Look at this, waterproof zippers, everything tight. Interior PU coating. Look at this. You flip this jacket upside down. You shake off the rain, and check it out. Same exact thing. You reach inside. In goes your hand. One pull. In goes your favorite rain jacket. Because what happens? It stops raining. It's sunny now. You don't need a rain jacket. So you shake it into the inside. Same thing. Has a pocket. One shakedown. And now, look at that. It turns into your waterproof backpack where the lining is waterproof. So I'm not getting wet from the wet jacket that was just converted. But the exterior is breathable. So your jacket is airing out while you're wearing it in backpack form. So imagine you go somewhere, Orlando, you go somewhere where the parks, where it's raining, not raining, raining, not raining. You can buy one of those $15, $20 ponchos and then throw it in the trash when you're done with it. Or you can have a functional backpack when you need it and your rain jacket when you don't. So Quikflip ultimately is the only apparel, the only outerwear that changes actual functionality with the weather, which is why we sell as many of these in the spring and summer as we do in the winter and fall. There is no season when every day is a quick flip day. Questions?
Genius. Genius. We love it. We love it. So how did you get involved into the promotional product industry from doing retail? Like what made you think, you know what? Was it just because your relationship?
I'll tell you right now. I'll show you.
See, Meg, now I feel like the Sharks.
We missed it. We got our...
Look, I'll show you. They started calling. These random companies just started reaching out to us. Look.
Is that Alienware?
Look. Equinox. Yeah. Look, everything, you name it. Look at this one. Halloween Horror Night for Universal Studios. Look at this. And it comes with a little sticker explaining that it actually converts into a backpack, and it's freaking Ghostbusters.
That is so cool.
You guys, so we license it to Universal Studios, and now it's in the theme parks, Warner Brothers, and you name it, Google. They're all doing it now. So they started reaching out so much that I'm like, we're killing it retail, but I'm like, there might be something here where we allow other brands to stamp their logos on it and go promo. And it's been amazing. As you've seen, Megan, all the trade shows, we're there, and we're like the smallest little cheap booth, the 10 by 10, but we always have the biggest crowd. We have 50, 60 people lined up watching a show. And at these promos, they're at the trade shows, we're selling samples. Everyone else is giving away samples. We're selling hoodies for 20, 30 bucks for samples in the promo industry. And people are coming to me saying, Henner, I've never bought a sample of anything at these trade shows in my life. This is the first sample I've ever bought ever at a trade show. And I'm proud to do it. And when guys who've been around for 25 years in the industry are buying samples for $20 to go give their son or daughter and be able to show their customers and try to get some sales, that's how we know we hit a home run.
Oh, yeah. So I have a question for you, because I know when you did Shark Tank, you went on that whole thing. And I know you mentioned 4 different categories that you were potentially going to sell into. And the promotional products industry is one of the ones that you had mentioned during that presentation. So I've got a question, like, how did you hear about the promotional products industry? How do you know about it? Where did that all come from? And you know, what in your eyes is the power of the promo industry?
Yeah, well, listen, you know, I think they said it's something like a $25 billion a year industry, and like whatever it is, 75% is apparel, and in apparel, it's whatever, 85% is hoodies and t-shirts. And so I became aware of the numbers, and then I said, man, so before I went on Shark Tank, there were enough companies reaching out earlier in our company kind of, life cycle. There were enough companies reaching out for, hey, can we customize? Can we customize? And we're like, yeah. So we're even helping with the screen print, the embroidery, the embellishment. And that's when I was like, man, might be a really strong avenue. So when I hit Shark Tank, I was like, yo, in terms of what we're seeing success with already, we're talking about promo, we're talking about retail, which people just love the simple design. There's not a lot of branding on it. So you just buy a little Quikflip hem label. They love it. And then, of course, the idea of licensing this to existing kind of apparel, monster companies potentially, or, Universal Studios or Disneyland or whatnot, and creating those relationships. So I threw it out there, and the Sharks bit. So it was a really exciting time in the tank. That was crazy, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. That was really exciting. I remember when it was ISS Fort Worth. I wasn't there, but a bunch of people sent me the video, and they were like, hey, do you know this guy? Do you know this guy? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's Rener Gracie. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then it was ISS Atlantic City, and I heard you were there. You were actually right behind our booth, and I was so hungover that day. I don't even drink anymore. I literally don't even drink, but I was like, I have to go say hi.
I remember, yeah.
I'm sure that I did. I've been a big advocate. And about a week and a half ago, I had put an announcement on my Facebook page, which caused a lot of turmoil, apparently, because I had a big surprise. I was like, I have a big surprise, everybody, I can't wait. And then everyone wanted to know. And then my marketing department was like, we're not ready. Stop it. So it's okay. It's okay. So I wanted to announce, and I think now's the best time to do it, is that Quikflip and S S Activewear have partnered, and we are now selling 5 of the hero hoodies and the windbreaker and the youth ones. So super excited. I couldn't be more excited to be able to have my 2 worlds collide with jiu-jitsu and apparel, and now, so I'm super excited.
Well, thanks for making it happen, Meg. You were one of the catalysts, and of course, if I had to attribute kind of how that relationship came together for S&S, it would be you at all these trade shows, every single one, when you would come say hi. And then you brought Batuli over to say hi one time, and that left an impression on him. And then, of course, you shared it with Frank Myers up there. So you kind of course, kept nudging them at the top. And on the other side, my friends at Independent, Frankie Lawson was like, Henry, I know Frank Myers also. I love you guys. I think you do great at S&S. So trust me, S&S is the way to go in terms of promo. They're the company to be with. And he explained to me all the benefits. So now we're exclusive with S&S on the promo side of things. And we're very excited about it. We feel like we've done a lot of work on the retail side. We've really built a brand. Shark Tank. Soon after Shark Tank, we went on Amazon. We got featured for Deal of the Day on Amazon. And we sold over 11,000 hoodies in 16 hours retail on Amazon and became the #1 selling clothing, jewelry, and shoes. That category, which is huge on Amazon, we were #1 for all 3 of those at the same time on our Deal of the Day. And we just blew it. We exceeded all they expected us to sell 3,000, 2,000. We sold 11,400 in a single day and shattered Deal of the Day records for them. And then after that, Time Magazine we got hooked up with, and we qualified for Time Magazine, one of the best inventions of 2019. So all this momentum happened, really started with Shark Tank. And Shark Tank started with Venice Beach. I was out on the beach. I had my first prototypes, and I went to the beach, and I just started approaching random people. And I would find mom, dad, grandma, brother, sister, and I would see them with their hoodie. Because I purposely chose a day where I knew it was going to be kind of hot, but it started off cold. So I knew that the morning clouds would burn off, the morning layer would burn off, and people would have hoodies that they wish they didn't bring. Yeah. So I go there at like 8, 9, 10 a.m., and I'm with my camera crew, 2 cameras, me and 2 hoodies. And I show up and I say, hey, excuse me, miss, what's the most efficient way to carry a hoodie you're not wearing? And literally she goes like this. That's the look, because they all felt so dumb, right? They're like, I'm doing it right now. I don't know any better way. And I said, hey, check this out real quick. Let me just show you something. And that's the Venice Beach video that put us viral, essentially. I would just convert, and you guys wouldn't believe their faces. And still to this day, at these trade shows, the promo world loses their mind. And but the point is, on Venice Beach, I really built my confidence in that, wow, no one has ever seen anything remotely similar. And it solves a problem that every single person on the planet ever has experienced. Everyone has had a jacket or hoodie in an environment where when it got hot, they regret they ever brought it. They wish they left it in the car. They wish they left it at the house, but they look around and say, why am I carrying around this useless liability when I could have left it? Or in the case, I never leave the house without it. If it's hot when I leave the house, I don't say to myself, wow, it's hot, so I don't need a hoodie. No, it's hot. Guess what? I'm taking my backpack. I'm enjoying my backpack. And inside I put a little water bottle because it's so hot. I need some water and my son's jacket. And we're going to go play at the park. If it ever gets cold, good deal. We had a backpack the whole time with some water. If it gets cold though, his jacket comes out, my water bottle, I drink it, I put my jacket on, and now we're hands-free. And what it replaces is that backpack that especially men, women carry a purse everywhere, but men especially, they carry what they call the just-in-case backpack, where literally they'll go somewhere and they'll have a backpack with a jacket inside just in case it gets cold. They have their jacket, but they look cool because they have a backpack and it's not just tied around their waist. So the just-in-case backpack is gone, right? You don't need a backpack to carry a hoodie that you might need. The hoodie is the backpack and the backpack is the hoodie. And that's what's so exciting. So Venice Beach, we took it out. And then because of that strong response, put that video online. And then we sold 5,000 hoodies in about 30 days. Out the gate, we were a brand new company. Nobody knew anything. 5,000 for a brand new nobody company is pretty solid. And then Shark Tank heard about it. And they were like, hey, we saw you on Venice Beach video that went on Facebook that you're basically marketing. And, we're paying Facebook ads and pushing it to everyone under the sun as well. We saw that viral video. What's up? Do you want to do Shark Tank? And I said, well, let's talk about it. What is the deal? What is the business aspect? How does it? I heard some bad stories before. So come to find out, nothing bad about it. Great company, great production. It was the best thing we ever did for our company. And I would recommend it to anyone else who has their company dialed in and buttoned up. If you have a situation that is a strong product, a unique product, and you can get up there and not fear the sharks and you know a little jujitsu, go for it. It's the best thing you could ever do.
Well, Rener, I want to invite you the next time that you're here in the East Coast, Philly or Atlantic City. I want to invite you to come train at any of the gyms that I train at. They would love to have you. And I'd love to have you as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it's so good to actually have a guest on the show that can beat Meg's ass for once. Instead of us little men over here, fearing Meg, we finally got somebody that's on our side that can finally beat Meg up for us.
I don't know, bro. We shouldn't speak too soon. I haven't rolled with her yet, so we'll find out one day.
Yeah. Rener, I was going to say, you and your wife have put together this amazing, absolutely amazing self-defense curriculum. And it's actually what I use. I teach self-defense courses all over at these shows. And I actually use your and your wife's your course. I think it's amazing. And I think it's easy to break down to people who are scared, and they always are. You get those group of women in there the first time, they're like, I don't want to hurt you. I can't fall like that. I'm like, you can just, but it's good. I think you guys have really dialed it up and broken it down, and it's easy to understand when you don't come from this world. So
thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. And it's cool that you're sharing it. And listen, for us, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is this kind of behemoth martial art that's growing and everyone loves. Within Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, what we've realized here at our organization in Gracie University really is that Jiu-Jitsu is not a one-size-fits-all. It has to be modified for each demographic. The principles are universal: energy efficiency, punch protection, distance management, right? All of these ideas, natural body movements, ease and effectiveness for everyone. Those are universal. But what we did is Gracie bully-proof, kids who are getting bullied, women empowered, women to defend against sexual assault, Gracie combatives, beginner adults with no previous experience who want to learn in a safe setting how to defend themselves. Gracie survival tactics, GST, law enforcement, how to neutralize the suspect in a least violent way possible, which is now more important than ever. So the segmentation of jiu-jitsu into these demographic specific programs is really what we did. And anyone out there who's interested, this is a promo world, but you guys are always on the road, you're traveling, you're out, you're in hotels.
Exactly what I say.
You're sometimes drinking a little more than you should have the night before you meet someone. And then you got to be able to defend yourself. So you can check it. And the best part is all of our programs, as Meg knows, which is how she learned it, are 100% accessible online. So right now with COVID, no schools, BJJ schools are very shut down. Most of them, at least on our side of the country. And as a result, our online attendance for people who are logging in with a friend or brother or husband or wife or family member, they're logging in and they're learning these techniques and these programs from home with one training partner on the living room floor. And all of our programs are designed for this remote learning in an isolated area. So anyone out there who's ever thought about it, check out gracieuniversity.com, create a free profile. You get 30 free lessons to start, like a ton of information. You dabble in all of that. And then of course, if you like anything, you can kind of dig deeper and buy any particular program that suits your needs and interests. So it's definitely online. And if you've ever been scared, if you ever thought about jiu-jitsu, but you were intimidated, this is the time to do it and the way to do it, online through Gracie University.
Yeah, don't be intimidated. I've actually done a class or two as well. It was through a Groupon or something like that I did locally in Montgomery County. And I will say, like, you don't have to want to be a cage fighter or something like that to go learn BJJ or anything else like that. It's a hell of a workout. It really is. So I would definitely recommend anybody check that out for sure. Stephen, from your perspective, from the distributor side of things, like, do you have any questions for Quikflip and like?
Yeah. I love the product and I love the brand and everything that we talked about. One of the concerns I know that some people will have from a distributor's perspective is that transition from retail into promo. So, I know a lot of times when companies start in retail, by all means, go for everything that's available. But I think one of the challenges, and Henry, I don't know if you guys have thought about this, but, transitioning from retail into promo, you're going to find that there's going to be a lot of distributors who have the customers that you guys have targeted via retail, whether it be the Universals or the, some of the sports teams and whatnot. So I don't know, are you guys planning to do kind of what some of the other brands have done out there where, being very transparent about, we already work with these companies, but we want to help you with more corporate brands? Or do you guys have some sort of, brand agreement, where you can go after certain accounts and distributors can take the rest? Just wanted to feel your thoughts on that, because I know that it will be a question that distributors will ask.
That's a great question.
And maybe this is a good
question.
Yeah. So to answer the question, yes, we've been dealing directly with customers because we've been our own distributor this whole time, right? So I'm sure you've seen it with other brands. We are excited about the transition into a partnership with S&S, where you have this now, this distributor and sales team, powerhouse team, essentially, that is out there with all the largest customers. And we're excited about saying, hey, you guys do it, right? So even current customers, especially ones, that have been working with us for a while, I mean, barring some monsters that want to go direct and have that existing relationship and friendship with us that you guys aren't currently working with, we have no problem. But by and large, our mindset is offloading and saying, hey guys, go that way and go over there with them and they'll take care of you, because we're still a growing company and, limited in terms of our ability to serve, especially on the wholesale side, especially when they're asking for help with the embellishment. So we like the S&S relationship where it's like, no, you guys get out there, you sell it, get those promo companies involved and let them handle it from there on out. And it's like much more hands-off, and we're looking forward to that aspect of it. So in that sense, no, we don't. And
That's
we're going
awesome.
to be very transparent. Yeah, very transparent, very much, we're not, and we get it, right? Like the second, so one of your customers comes directly to us and you guys get burnt, you don't want to play with us anymore. So we totally understand the nature of that. And we're not just going to defend against that. We're going to push towards, hey guys, this is the place to go. Go get them. S&S is where it's at.
You're going to Superman punch that right in the face and from the beginning so they know what's going on, right?
Awesome. Yep.
Awesome. Any other questions from Meg or Steven?
Nope.
I have a question.
Good.
Go ahead.
I have a question for Quikflip.
Okay.
So Quikflip, you're at retail at Universal Studios or at a college campus, and you have your garment on a rack, right? Where we printed 47,000 NFL hoodies at an NFL game. How does the customer know that it turns into a backpack? What experience do you have at retail? Because ultimately, we need to know how to tell our customers how to display this and how to sell it. What can we tell them to make sure that the customer is captivated by the convertibility as they walk by, sometimes only 3 to 5 seconds, to glance at a rack before they decide whether or not they're going to stop and touch something? Any ideas besides having a model paid full time to be standing there and converting, loudly shouting the way I do at these promo trade shows? Great question. Thanks for asking, Henner.
Great question, Henner.
Point of sale video or point of sale demo?
Oh, hologram.
There you go.
I will say, I was a little nervous and intimidated when I first received my sample, but on the package itself, it was printed. I will say that.
Guys, as you walk by, this is you walking by. Look, backpack hoodie, backpack converting, backpack hoodie. And then as you're going, it says, flip it, wear it back in, backpack hoodie.
That's great.
And then
That's awesome.
Hoodie plus backpack. And at the very least, what are you going to ask yourself? What do you mean hoodie plus backpack?
Right.
You can't not ask the question, because holograms are, even for adults, awkwardly engaging.
Well, and you've got the sticker on the hoodie too that you had on that other one, right?
But they won't see the sticker until they get in there, right?
Correct.
The point is, when they're walking by, something must reach out and grab them and pull them in, and the hologram does that. So we're available with our art team and our hologram team to create these for any of the customers. So when I was in Shark Tank, Damon John said, Henner, he was a little bit of a hater. He was like, I was kind of like, hey, are you gonna let us talk it all? And then finally he said, problem with this is at retail, you can't tell the difference between this and a regular hoodie. So I'm out. And I was like, oh, dang it. He kind of got me. Well, guess what, Damon John?
We got to tag him in that.
That's what I wanted to say. So I did watch that Shark Tank episode, and I saw that was one of the things he mentioned. So when you went there, I was like, okay, you're very adaptive, and you're taking that criticism and feedback, and you're
jujitsu. It's jujitsu.
That's
you guys,
awesome.
Here's what's crazy. Quikflip, this company, is jujitsu. All my life, I've been put in a chokehold, technique to get out. Put in an armbar, technique to escape. Headlock, I'm going to get out. I'm going to find a way out. So when I dropped my hoodie and I said, no, this is not acceptable. There must be a better way. I would not accept anything other than a company dedicated to creating the most efficient outerwear that converts with the weather on the planet. There was no other option but to escape this chokehold. And we solved the problem. Done once and for all. We're never going back. Now, here's the irony. Don't you wonder, why did Henner think of this? Who has no apparel background, no promo background, no nothing, just does jujitsu and chokeholds. Because this is not an apparel. This, to me, was just a technique waiting to be discovered. And I just had to use my jujitsu problem-solving DNA to apply to that. So when Damon said retail, I'm like, all right, well, guess what? We're going to figure it out. And then he's going to regret that decision. And here we are for Damon John, and for anybody else who questions whether or not we can grab someone to go there and at the very least get it. And then once they get it, it's so easy to convert that you just do it by yourself. And then you go, oh my gosh, the hologram, the experience, try now. Look, give it a try, right? Give it a try. And they grab one and they convert on the spot, and they're not leaving without it. I guarantee they're not leaving without it. 11,400 in 16 hours on Amazon in one day.
Are you still working with Lori?
E-commerce stores, guys, distributors. If you have an e-commerce site for your customers, the teams, this is a great thing to put, a great piece to put in there.
A great piece. And here's the crazy part. We have so many cool demo videos showing the use of the product and the convertibility of the product. So we have a whole library of assets you can use on your website. You don't need a hologram. You just do one quick video of me demonstrating it, or any one of our videos that you like, throw it up there, explain it, show the amazing pictures. We produce we have all the images you need. And that was, I'm not going to lie, that was one of the challenges with SNS, is that SNS, as we're onboarding to the website, which is why they told Meg to wait a little bit, we were having a little trouble finding the way to get a product that is so demonstrable and so unique in its function, not just its visual, but the actual, not just the appearance, but the actual function, that we were having to kind of make tweaks to the website functionality in order to allow it to effectively display Quikflip's awesomeness. And it took us some time to kind of figure that out versus, hey, here's our new t-shirt. One shot, one shot, one shot, one shot. It's not like that. You got to show the conversion. You got to show the video. We got to show Shark Tank. So anyways, we're finally wrapping it up with the team there, Mark and Ashley. They're all great, and they've been very accommodating. But we finally, on SNS, have had a way to explain it within the framework of that website. And we're excited about it. But yeah, for any outside there promo companies, you guys have your e-com website for your customers. It's very easy to display. And what's crazy is what happened one time at a promo. It was ASI Fort Worth. I think you guys were there. ASI Fort Worth. A guy comes by, and he recorded with his phone my pitch at the trade show. Okay, I was on loop, you guys. I did this for 8 hours straight for 3 days at a time, and I didn't go to the bathroom because I sweat out 3 bottles of fluid in the sweat. So I didn't even need to go to the bathroom the whole day. So I need no break. Give me a power bar, and boom, we're back at it. So I did the cycle of like a 6-minute presentation 77 times each day, 3 days straight. And I'm converting, and I'm flipping on the floor, and I'm doing my whole dance. And one guy films one of these little 6 or 7 minute pitches, and he put it on his little Galveston, Texas, Facebook page, and it went to like 400 followers. And that little video got shared by them, and it went viral. His video of me went viral with upwards of like 13 million views on his little Facebook page. So the whole world was now reaching out to this guy to say, hey, promo, and he became our #1 promo customer because of this video of me that went viral on his Facebook page at some random trade show.
That's a great, it's an advocation for, digital and video marketing right there. Like get your
phone out, and if you see me at a trade show, just film it. It's so funny, and it's so raw, and it's so engaging, and I'm so enthusiastic about it that I'll do the selling for you. I'll pitch it. You just got to collect the checks and then place the PO, and we'll send you out the product from SNS.
There you go.
Well,
so it is live now, right, Meg? We're good to go?
Yes, everything is live. And Henry, you always bring the energy. We appreciate it.
Awesome, you guys. So stoked.
Nice.
Glad to be here. Congratulations. I would show you some more. We got the windbreaker. We got the Hero Hoodie Light. So we're excited, you guys. Check it out. They're all on the website there. And if you're just hearing about Quikflip right now, you're a little late. But I forgive you because you're still early. How do we know when we're done, Meg? How do we know when Quikflip, mission accomplished, game over? We'll know when every outerwear garment that people wear with their cherished brands on them converts into a backpack. Because why would you ever print your cherished logo on a garment that the moment it becomes hot, that sweatshirt is now a liability, not an asset? And when you have your cherished logo, and you do this, and this comes off, when your amazing favorite Equinox hoodie comes off, look at this. If you're Equinox, look, and you print on a regular pullover from any one of those other outerwear brands, look, your brand gets touched. Look at the logo, boom, gets sat on, and now you get sat on a wet bench with some bird doo-doo. And now the brand is getting disrespected by the environment. So it's a liability, and you don't want, if you're promo and you're talking to your customers, what you sell to your customers is the dual asset nature and the dual branding. Because look, when you're wearing an Equinox hoodie, what are you representing? Equinox. Yeah, we're representing Equinox. Cool. And then what happens? When you convert, look.
I like the little dance.
Look, now your customers are still representing your brand. So if you're the promo company, what you're selling is 24/7 brand awareness, visibility, and marketing versus 50% utility and asset, 50% liability and non-existent branding. So you don't have to pay twice as much for the hoodie. You're still going to get it at your favorite promo S&S pricing. But guess what? It's going to do twice as much, twice the function, twice the branding for the same price. Thank you guys for joining us. Quikflip Apparel, only at SSActivewear.com.
Yeah, so guys, I do got to remind you, you got to go to promoshow.com and check them out because they have that theme trade show coming up. It's their third one that they're doing already. Okay, guys. So check them out. It's going to be held on August 25th from 11 to 3 Eastern. It's, you know, in the drinkware and barware category. So definitely, if those types of items are something that you're interested in selling or are selling, there's definitely money to be made there in that category as well. So go check them out. Promo Show is a great way for distributors to meet face-to-face, camera-to-camera, with suppliers to talk about the current projects and to get the ideas on how to sell them in the current climate. So distributors, go to promoshow.com and click on the drinkware banner to register. And then suppliers, please email sales@promocorner.com if you're interested in a booth. Promoshow.com, the entire industry virtually. Rener, thank you so much for joining us, man. Really appreciate it. Awesome product, very nicely done, very well put together and manufactured. It's a good quality hoodie as well. Super
so
excited.
soft. So soft. That was the first thing I noticed.
Really excited for S&S as well, and Meg, for your worlds to be colliding is super cool. That's a really awesome thing when two passions sort of come together and just make things a lot more fun. So guys, if you're interested in Quikflip hoodie,
thanks for having me on. And I do want to say, just real quick, that the hoodie that I think both Jeff and Meg are wearing and have is the Hero Hoodie Light. Yes. And we call it that, but it's actually a cozy hoodie. So it's not, you should get, if you're a promo company, that's where you want to start. That's our promo monster, the classic that I showed earlier, this French Terry 270 gram, a little heavier weight and has the adjustability clips. That's a premium garment for customers who already fell in love with the light and then want to upgrade from there. But the Hero Hoodie Light, both pullover and full zip, are our promo workhorses and definitely the ones your customers want right now. And you have to get it to them, because if you don't, somebody else will. Not us, but some other sales rep somewhere else, someone else is going to bring it. And you guys, you have an obligation to your customers. You need to bring the new, I'm talking all promos right now. I'm going to look you guys in the eye. As the promo industry, you need to bring the best and newest technology to your customer. The minute you aren't doing that at the forefront of innovative outerwear and technology and garments and apparel, you don't deserve that customer anymore. So please, my friends, keep your customers happy. Tell them about Quikflip. We're going to sell out very quickly because we're doing this early partnership with S&S. So to be honest, S&S just placed, what did they just order? Like 15,000, 30,000 units for their two main warehouses. Those will be gone in a matter of weeks once this is announced. So if you're watching live right now, good luck on getting in. But we're going to be sold out probably for the next 60 to 90 days once those are gone. And, we're just getting the ball rolling right now. Forgive us for selling out, but at least I can say I warned you.
Yeah.
Much respect.
Get them now. Steven, you heard it.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, guys. Thank you, everybody.
In order right now.
Thank you, guys. Take it easy. We love you.
Guys,
See you later.
Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.
See ya. Take care.